When the Chinese pagoda in Kew Gardens was completed in 1762, it was the second tallest building in England. Designed by architect William Chambers, who made several visits to China, the tiered tower stood nearly 50 meters high, with 80 colorful, snarling dragons perched on the roofs of its 10 stories. Polly Putnam, curator of historic royal palaces, says 18th century Londoners were horrified.
So Westerners had never seen Chinese architecture like this before. And so it blew their minds because it was so different to anything Chinese that they'd ever experienced.
While pagodas are traditionally used as places of worship, the Georgian royal family used the structure to entertain visitors and share views of London. But about 20 years after its completion, the pagoda's wooden dragons disappeared. No one is sure of the true explanation.
What I think happened was actually they were 20 years old. Britain was in a mini ice age at the time. So there was an awful lot of frost, there was an awful lot of storms. There was even a volcano which erupted in 1783, covering London in smoke. 20,000 people died. And so the year after, I can imagine that the dragons were looking pretty shabby.
A restoration project began in 2014 to return the pagoda to its former glory. Experts consulted original design drawings, paintings, and a book written by Chambers. To ensure the new dragons wouldn't succumb to the elements, they were 3D printed. South Carolina-based 3D Systems used a process called precision laser sintering to produce 72 new dragons. The 8 serpent-like creatures on the lowest roof were hand-carved and painted by master craftsmen. Each dragon took about 18 hours to print, using a durable nylon material.
It's a perfect use really because it solves a lot of problems. We've got to make it lightweight, which means hollowing the part, but we still need to build internal structures into the dragon, which is very difficult, almost impossible to do any other way. 3D printing is a very fast way of making very complicated, unique pieces. There are 18 versions of a dragon on the building, so we can manage all that and print it very, very efficiently, and we can scale up on the printing side as well to make sure it's done to the program.
The result is like stepping back to an earlier time in a royal garden that is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'm Faith Lapidus, VOA News.